Hello, this is John Piper with a special video following the US election, which is not yet over, but Trump has won. The actual final count remains to be seen. So at the moment, Trump's got 276 votes. This is the latest one I can find, and so not votes, seats, whatever they are. Clinton's got 218. What's interesting here is how very, very close the actual voting is. So you know that Trump has 58 million, as does Hillary, but Trump has 586,000 on top, and Clinton has 372,000 on top. Now what this means is, as there are still a few, I think there's 4 states left to vote, as far as I can work out, it's possible that Clinton may actually get more votes than Trump. I mean, that would just be a, well, interesting statistic, really. Trump has actually obviously won. But it's curious, really, that you think about it, that you have this incredibly close division, where you have this split in the US between the two, almost exactly 50-50, yet one wins all, and the other half of the electorate is essentially left out in the cold. I mean, Trump's made all the right noises, saying he wants to be president for all the people, etc., etc. But it's really how the people feel, which is, I think, perhaps more important, and that doesn't seem to be a very harmonious situation. I mean, you know, if half the people don't get what they want, it doesn't make for harmony. And I think harmony in the world is something that may suffer because of this election. I mean, the second point is this wall dividing Mexico and the US. It may never be built, of course, but it reminds one of the Berlin Wall, which has become a focal point for discontent. We live in a world where the rich have enormous percentages of the wealth, and the poor sometimes can't even get drinking water. So again, it's not a harmonious situation. It's bound to lead to discontent. Building a bloody great wall is not really going to help that. Perhaps the most important factor, though, is Trump's wish, as I understand it, to remove himself or remove the US from NATO. The US has been the global policeman since the Second World War. The UK used to fulfil that role up to the First World War, and then over the course of the Second World Wars, the UK went into a bit of a decline, and the US took over. And for the last 70 odd years, we have actually had a relatively peaceful time of it, not obviously in all corners of the world. But if the US withdraws from that role, then it becomes, or could become, quite alarming. I mean, Russia is rattling its sabres, as it were, to the east of Europe, and you know, that can only continue, I think, if the global policeman ceases to exercise or walk his beat, I guess is a good expression. There were rumours, I think, in the last 20 years or so, about maybe Japan or China taking over that role, but there's really no sign of that. So I think that is probably the most worrying factor. Now, of course, we don't know what Trump will actually do, so this is all conjecture, but I think it's fair to say the world has actually become more dangerous this morning than it was yesterday, and that's not a good thing. But as I say, what Trump actually does remains to be seen. I suspect the bureaucracy will maybe water down some of his more extreme ideas, but that also remains to be seen. But he does have a clear majority in all 3 houses, as it were, the Senate, House of Representatives, and the presidential race. So he will have quite a decent mandate to go ahead with his various wishes. All right, turning to the markets, this is silver. We saw the low here, which counts quite well as the low of the correction. Not a perfect situation. I mean, that could be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This counts quite well as a 4. Quite a big move there, so it could be a 2, in fact. Difficult to be too sure. So we have seen a decent move up, not as dramatic as some people were expecting. We've pulled back a bit now. There's a bit of a spike here. Let me go down. So I've seen a solid rally up to 19. Then started to fall back a bit. We had a selling spike there. So currently got an ABC. Bit of a buying spike there. Bit of a buying spike here. But really nothing much to write home about. This is not very dramatic. So we could easily fall back again we could easily fall back from that position. Plus the high here was 21 roughly. The low here was 17 roughly. That's a move of 4 points. 50% is 2, so the 50% retracement level is around just above 19. So what we're seeing is a pullback from the 50% level, which is a bit worrying. I mean it's been good to see a thrust through there to really confirm that we have seen a low of importance and that we are going to go up from here. No change in my opinion that we're in a solid bull market here, but what we could see, or rather we didn't, but we could see this is an A, B, C. This could be a B wave, so we could have another leg down to come. This rally took us from a low in December up to this peak in July, so that's about just over 6 months, 7 months. So in fact the low to here actually fits quite well in that time span. That's about 4 months, so sort of similar to a Fibonacci relationship. Doesn't mean to say we can't see another leg down. I wouldn't write it off completely. I have tightened stops a bit into this rally so that my positions are protected to an extent. Haven't had a chance to look at the ETFs yet. They're all quoted in US hours, so had to wait till later on for that. But right now there are positives, but not as many as I would like. Right, here's the 3-hour chart of gold. Similar action to an extent. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 1, 2. Still counts as a 3, but then we've got this thing here which goes too low to be a 4. So maybe this is actually doesn't really count well at all. Actually, we then have this very solid rally, 60 odd dollars. I'm calling for a $500 move, as I explained in the weekend video. So far we've seen about $100 of that, I guess. Of course, we've fallen back. Solid selling spike here. We've fallen back, a bit of a buying spike here. So having a bit of a battle around 1300 right now. I was tempted to buy some more, but haven't done so at this point. I'd rather like to see the market move a little bit further above 1300, which might I'll probably buy with a stop below there. So similar to silver, and unconfirmed as it. Again, on the 5-minute chart of gold, we've got 1, 2, maybe 3 to there. ABC 4 wave, 5th. Now, a 5 wave form at that point can be viewed as a positive, but it can also be a final C wave. So we haven't got enough to really draw a firm conclusion. Now that was a 1 though, then this could obviously be a 2, A, B, C, and then we need to shoot ahead, but we're not shooting ahead, we're just going sideways. So a bit of acceleration here, and I'll be looking to buy with a stop below there. As I say, I have to go out today, so I may not be able to send an SMS, but I will do if I get the chance, as it were. But that's what I'm hoping for. Instead, if we don't see that, then the alternative is we see it comes to a 5, C1. I mean, it could be a 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, 4, and then a 5th wave. That would be a rather alarming, suggesting that we're going to see a correction and then more downside. So those are the two essential scenarios there. If we can see some acceleration here, that would be very encouraging. Haven't actually seen that yet. Right, FTSE, we've got the 1 wave, we've got the 2 wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we've got the 5th wave. I've been talking about the 5th wave. Decent spike low there, and a very solid snapback. I guess, I mean, everyone was saying the markets would fall on Trump victory, but I think what's happened is the uncertainty has gone away, and markets are actually much happier with the certainty of the thing being out of the way rather than the uncertainty of who might win it to an extent. As I say, Trump's making all the right noises about uniting, well, the US and the world, in fact. And I think somebody in the UK, Farage, said that it would be great for the UK because Trump will be all about free trade, which will give us a big boost, etc., etc. This could also be counted as an A, B, and a C at this point. So that's the other count. And that would suggest that a correction is over, and we're now going up. We are, of course, now entering the Christmas period. It's not that many weeks away now. So that, I think, is probably a key low. And I suspect that's going to hold for the rest of this year. Whether it'll be retested remains to be seen. Not much sign of that at this point. Right, a bit more negative on the DAX. We've got the peak here. That's 1, A, B, C, irregular 2, Nice clear 3 wave. A, B, C. 4th wave, rather truncated end to that. 5th wave decline, so we saw that new low bounce back, but now we're seeing 5 waves down, which counts fairly well. So A, B, C maybe into the Christmas period. Somewhat shorter term. This move started to mean about going about 3 weeks. But over the Christmas period, things slow down. So, and of course, we could see a peak, say just before Christmas or just after Christmas, and then a small decline before the. But certainly here we have a pattern that suggests we could see a major decline heading our way, and that would be resistance to any rally from this point on. I found in the Dow we had the peak here, which counted as something quite important. Had an A, B, C to there, and this strong rally on the expectation of a Clinton victory. Huge sell-off on the Trump win, or at least the expectation of a Trump win, followed by a solid rally, which has now fallen back a bit on the current situation. Let's go down. I think you can count this any way you like, really. I think probably the decline from there is important, rather like the rally on gold. We've seen a solid decline. We've bounced back over 50%, and I think the options are now open. Are we going to? Is this an important peak? This is the first leg down, and this is the corrective rally, or is this the important low? Remains to be seen at this point in time. I think that probably sums up the entire situation right now across most markets. We'll obviously find out soon enough. Volatility remains high. Still a time to be very cautious, and it's a time to just pick. If you see something you really like, then go for it. Just make sure the risk control is well in place. On that note, I'll call it a day. Thank you for listening. Hope you had a great day. Hope you have a great day today, and bye for now.